Okay, so coming off the video I've just said, this is just a demo trade. I'm forward testing. It looks really good to me, right? Hourly gap, 5-minute inverse, relative equal lows, right? Or whatever. So coming off the let me get rid of Windy. Coming off the last video I just made, I've realized I think my main issue is refinement, right? I think I struggle in trading is because I take too many trades, and obviously yes, some of that is down to emotions like being impatient, but I feel like a lot of it is down to just poor technical analysis, right? So I feel like I need a way where I can refine my trades. Now, one of those ways is I feel like I should only take trades from significant higher time frame PD arrays. What I mean by that is, like, for example, this 15-minute gap here, right? I feel like if obviously the trade that I took today, if you didn't see, I thought this 2-minute inverse, so I took it and it lost, right? My mistake. But say this did inverse, I think this is a valid trade. Obviously we're lower than the 15-minute, but we expect to respect that, and we're delivering from the 1 hour. Like, yeah, for example, this 1 hour is a good example of this is a significant gap, right? This should hold if we're bullish. But then what's not a significant 15 gap is like this, right? I guess I get it. Yeah, this is in obviously discount, but it's so small, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with longing from here, but I think if I was to long from here, I should want to see a 5-minute fair value gap and then catch the continuation from that. I don't think I should just be longing the first 1-minute gap from there. And same with this one. Obviously, this one's in deep discount and it's quite big, but it's so close to this low. Like, I don't think I should just be longing the first 1-minute gap from it. Hopefully you know what I mean. Obviously it can be subjective, but like this one here, this is obviously just within this leg. Obviously some of it's in discount, so it's like if we want to continue higher to say this 15-minute gap or whatever, we should just tap it, inverse, go. Whereas if we want to come down this low, I feel like I can't just say, okay, 1-minute inverse, let's go. I'd want to see a 5-minute candle, print bullish, leave an IFEG, and then retrace into that and get a long. Obviously today I shouldn't have taken any trades, to be honest. There wasn't really anything that fits my model, but I still did take trades, which is the problem. This trade is obviously late, but this does look really, really good. The only thing I don't like is that this draw here, I don't think we want to go to it, but then we should come and take these lows at least. So I do like this. Actually, there's an S&T at them lows, so I probably would have closed out now if I was in that. But anyway, that's not important. That's just something I saw when I went to record. So yeah, I feel like I need to refine my trades technically, right? Like today there was this short off straight off open, but this was terrible. One, because the close we wicked reversed and then closed, which is just a bad signature and price, sorry, and we wicked into that 15-minute gap. So the only way this is a good trade is if you're extremely bullish and you can't see a single scenario the market goes higher, which I did not have this morning. And even if I did, I still don't think it's a great trade to take. And then yeah, like I just tried to take like these longs, and it's just like, even if we are in this 15-minute gap, it's just not a significant 15-minute gap, and we've dumped so hard and closed so low. Why am I longing, right? And today was a psychological slip up. Yes, I've already spoken about that in my last video, but I think it's still, what I'm saying is still important, and it still correlates, right? So I feel like that's one way so that I can do it, because I feel like I can look at a trade and I can say this is an absolutely brilliant trade, and I can take it and I can win or lose and be happy. But then I feel like I can also look at trades like this and say, you know, oh no, well, we are in a 15-minute gap. This is a protected low. I do want to see us go higher. We have blah, 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 whatever, and kind of trick myself in a way to thinking it's a good trade. Like, even though all the confluences are there, it's still not a good trade. And that is something that I do struggle with, because on paper, obviously, you know, 15-minute gap, whatever. But realistically, like, obviously, yes, today I had the kind of wrong bias, but I mean, even if I had a short bias, there wasn't really any trades. Today was just a poor day, bad example, but it's obviously just today what I'm looking at. And I hope that obviously it makes sense what I'm trying to explain here. I feel like I need to be more selective because I do feel like I trade too much, right? I feel like I'm taking trades. Like I rarely have a day without a trade. Most days I usually have two. And it's like, and even when I'm trading well, I'm doing that. So it's not like I'm being dumb and just taking random setups. I'm taking my model, but I just think my model's too broad. So I'm going to now do some research and do some back testing. But what I'm, looking into is I'm looking into it has to be a significant gap. Like, for example, this gap, this hourly gap is a significant gap, right? Why is it a significant gap? It's in the most recent leg. It's big. It's, whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's just obvious. That is a lot more significant compared to like I said on the 15-minute chart, like trying to get a long out of there. Like, why would we come down there to get a long? It just makes no sense. Like, this hourly gap looks nice, but then like this hourly gap, like even if we didn't have these lows here, obviously this makes it not as appealing because you'd want to sweep these lows. But say they weren't even there, it's just, what is it? It's just pointless. Like, obviously, yes, premium and discount exists, but realistically, if we were that bullish, we would not come down to that gap. We would just reject that one. And well, that's what I find at least. So yeah, I'm going to take a look into refining. And obviously I do trade very discretionally, but I do want to add some mechanical parts to it. So I'm going to do some research. I'm going to do some back testing. I'm going to look at my old trades. And excuse me, I'll probably make a new video in the next few days going over, not a new model. Do you know what I mean? This is not me strategy hopping. This is just me refining. I'll go down some kind of, I want to get a few like mechanical rules in there just to kind of take the pressure off it so it's not fully discretional. And yeah, it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can tell you, like, obviously now looking at it, it's obviously easy to say, but even today, I could tell you, like, look at this price action on the 15-minute, right? Obviously, I'm taking 1 minute inverses. It's just that none of this is a good place to reject from. It's all just crap, right? It is all just crap. Like I said, like, this is the only good one, and not because it's obviously it's so high up. So you say, well, that's so high in premium. Why would we reject that? It's because if we were bullish, we just would, right? Like or maybe even not, but maybe come down and sweep this low. What do you know what I mean? But like once we come down into this territory, into these, it's like they're just a bit random. And then especially once we're like through this one under these lows, like there's absolutely no reason to have any other draw than this low here, right? And that's just how I've been messing up. And like I say, today's not the best example because even if I did think that, there wasn't necessarily a trade to that low, but that's not important. That's just what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what I feel like my next step forward is, because my psychology is getting a lot better. Obviously, I still have slip ups like today, but I'm not hiding away from it. I'm learning from it. And obviously, overall, my psychology is a lot better. There's just a few things that are holding me back. And I feel like I'm very close to seeing consistency and to seeing payouts and everything I'm wanting. And I feel like I've just got to kind of, I'm at that last little bit and I need to just sprint now. Just put in the work, refine the model, because it's like I say, like all these big influencers who trade the same way as me, right? Like Dodgy, PB, whatever. Like 99% of the time, if I see a good trade, they'll take it too, or I'll take the same trade as them, whatever you want to say, right? But then it's the difference is like I'll be taking these bad trades. Like for example, Blake, PB Blake, he took no trades today. I just saw he posted on his Instagram story. And I know if I traded to the best of my ability, I also would have took no trades today, right? There's one potential trade I could see, which is this short here, which is a break even. But even then, we're just targeting this low, and that's not a bad trade. And obviously it does work, but that's just very, very heavily reliant on just that we're so bearish, right? So like if I took that trade, I wouldn't be mad at myself if that's the only trade I took. I do think that's a valid trade, break even, win, whatever. Even if it lost, I'd be happy with it because I didn't see us going anywhere else. But this low, we didn't have really any 5-minute gaps. We were rejecting a 5-minute gap. We didn't have any other ones. We didn't have a 15-minute gap at the time. Actually, we probably had this one, but I didn't think we need to go up there. Anyway, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like ideally I should have took pretty much no trades today. Like I could have took this, but I should have took no trades, especially the not trades I took. I should absolutely have not took any of them, right? Which is the issue here. And I know that. And that's the thing. It can be difficult sometimes for me. Like I did kind of realize it today. And that's why I'm calling it a psychological slip up. But some days there can be the trades that aren't good that I still, take. And it's not because it's my emotions, it's because my technical analysis. And it's not because, like I said, my technical analysis is bad. It's because, I just don't think my system is very refined, and I don't think there's a lot of you know, see, like, this trade does work. See, like, even if I just waited for that, right? Like, it's late in the day, but it's just such a good trade. We have the hourly displacement lower, heavily displacement lower. Yes, we sweep out the low. That's the only thing I don't like. But even then, do you know what I mean? Even if there's just that one thing I don't like, I just shouldn't have took this trade, maybe. Do you know what I mean? And then that's absolutely fine. But obviously, yeah, just the equal lows look like they wanted to get ran. But it's whatever, man. So we'll come back tomorrow. We'll be strong, and I'll like I say, I'll have a look into some stuff, and I'll try and progress. But that's just, I wanted to come on here and just speak my thoughts, because I feel like I do need to make some changes. Okay, so thanks for listening.